Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, everybody's doing great. We appreciate you for tuning in, all that good stuff. Bonsai, what's up, man?
Dude,
Woo! Energy.
I have just had a super busy week, and I've just had a lot of, I had to work a lot, and I really didn't have that much time to play Wild Rift, and we've just been really busy with the giveaway too. So yeah, it's just a lot going on, and I'm really excited about all the new projects that have been going on, and um, the new patch is coming soon. So I'm just like, yeah, like so hyped. Let's go.
Yeah, so I alluded to this previously. Not telling many people you're the one, only one of the one. You're one of the only people that knows, but I am kind of, I don't want to say I'm putting my channel on a hiatus, but we are working on bigger and better things. We are partnering with um, Michael Udall from the casting table at the WNS. So hopefully we will be editing some video for him, growing his content, growing his brand, growing our brand, working on potentially doing more back end stuff. Like this face does not belong on camera. It's hideous. I'm just not a good streamer. So like I need to work on other people who are great streamers. But what has been going on with you? Like this giveaway that I've not been paying attention to and that you've been doing all the work.
I mean, it started off really good. We got like what eight, seven people signed up. Um, the I think really the giveaway work has been fun. I've watched kind of like the first week of games, and then just kind of watched the play, like kind of watched the scoreboard for the last week. Once I got a good feel for the teams, but there was definitely some impressive games. Day one, uh, Die, the support player of his Rakan play was absolutely amazing, and just the gap between Baron laners in WRL and every other region just seems to be like the winning factor there. There's just really impressive gameplay. I was kind of bummed out that Sentinels didn't make it into the group stage.
Yeah.
They were one win away. You know, we still have Immortals to cheer on for. Super strong team coming out of NA. But there was also some slight roster adjustments. So we're going to see what happens. And dude, J Team is playing their asses off. And T1 is also something to watch out for. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen this next week.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we hopefully we can wow, live on through Immortals. Something really strange. Like as I was trying to get in contact with this team, maybe to have them on the show or something. Maybe since Iraqi Zoro was sitting out of the tournament, I was trying to get a hold of them, and I was going through all the channels, Twitter, Reddit. Their Reddit is like they don't even know that they have a Wild Rift team. It's crazy. Um,
Wow.
yeah, like the Immortals Reddit, they have no idea. So, um,
Wow. Hopefully they'll get some wins in icons and put them on notice. It's a
yeah, that,
team to look out for.
yeah, that's it's a huge thing. Like that, we're sending quality teams to represent North America. It wasn't like Tribe shit the bed um, last major event. So we'll see how it goes. Speaking of Tribe, RIP. They are no longer together anymore. So
Yeah.
a lot of them are
Uh,
looking for homes now. So if you know any homes for any homeless video game players, let them know. But
I, they have a home, Kingmaker. I think they don't have a team.
yeah, I mean that's what I
You
meant.
know.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of things that no longer exist currently, um,
Oh
Giant
yeah.
Slayer. Yeah, Giant Slayer, man. They shut down. I don't know if it's temporary or if it's going to be a while thing.
I mean, the announcement made it seem that it was temporary, and it is the off season, so there is a lot of experimenting that you can do and changes that you can make, and it's a great time to restructure. But I'm excited to see like what who's going to fill the gap this summer because I know that at least I'm aware of a couple of events going on in the community that are going to be happening here in NA, and I really just want them to hopefully come back next season and maybe just give us more money. That's all we really want. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also need to adjust their rules and policies probably.
Do you think they're going to give the WNS like a run for its money?
I don't think so. I don't think it's possible right now. Maybe not in NA. Other regions for sure. Um, but I think it's going to take some time. A little bit, maybe another year or so.
Yeah, like there, it's really hard because the WNS has such good production value because they have a full team doing it, and they have special special like API stuff that they can do with Riot that normal people don't have.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Neonate and Sunflower? How are you, Tonky
Yo,
Ray?
Tonky's in the house.
Yeah, Miss Tonky's here, the MVP. Welcome, welcome.
Wow.
Tonky, if you want to get on and talk with us, man, you're more than welcome to. I can shoot you an invite. Invite, yes, copy. But stall for me, Bonsai. Stall.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I've got to open up Discord and shoot people links and shit.
No, it's all good, man. Yeah, I mean, so with Giant Slayer leaving, and there not being any tournaments going on this summer, I know that Noxie and Glory is still hosting weekly tournaments. Alish and LTC were competing there, and Noxie and Glory's own team competed there this past weekend, and they're doing cash prizes. So definitely something to look out for. And hopefully, with that going on, it's gonna build some traction with the buy-ins and everything that they can increase their prize pools. I also know that Suzaku is going to be coming out with some tournaments, hopefully soon this summer or before next season starts. So that'll be the good to look out for. And there's a few other things that we kind of know about, but we're not gonna spill all the beans just yet. But the point here is that there's a niche that needs to get filled, and that's more tournaments for Wild Rift, and Wild Rift scene getting more money injected to it with advertisement and sponsorships and all these great things, and better players, more access to doing it, to competing. So it's going to be fun to see what happens.
Yeah, like that's one thing that we definitely need to see like Riot invest more in. One of the things that Udal and I were talking about was a content creator tournament, and my suggestion was do it for charity. And you never know, like Riot might be like, "Oh, this is a great idea." So, one for this, you want the link for the stream? Okay. Riot might be like, "Hey, this is a great idea. Jump on it and sponsor it themselves if it's for charity." You never know. Star Guardian skins are coming back. Bonsai's. I boosted your sound because you're a little bit quiet apparently. So
yeah, I just need to get new headphones, man. I feel like I'm yelling right now. Maybe this is better, but
tell me, Bonsai. I like Sunflower brings us up. Where is it at? I'm still surprised I didn't hear about Faker playing in Icons. Did he actually play in Icons?
no.
Or is there just somebody that looks like Faker who played in Icons?
Look, I don't want to make racist comments.
I mean, oh, great. Leave it to the white guy.
Yeah, I'll leave that one to you. But maybe they just thought he looked like Faker. To my knowledge, Faker is not competing in Wild Rift.
Well, a lot like chat was talking about how it's not fair that the Wild Rift team gets the pro from the league PC to play for him. So, that's Faker.
I mean, that's what Riot kind of did with dipping into other games, and some people did migrate over from PC League to play. I mean, a lot of X Arena Valor players moved over. PC League players, like, there's really there's a movement that's happening, and we're we're here for it. But I don't think Faker's playing in
Yeah, I didn't
Wild
think so
Rift
either.
competitive.
I don't, dude. That'd be dope though. Like, but I'd imagine
I
how
mean,
good would
yeah,
that be?
that would be. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see Tyler One just demolish everybody on Wild Rift.
Is it
But
true that Wild Rift is coming to console probably around the same
yeah.
time it comes to India?
Wow. Yeah, they announced it when they first announced Wild Rift for mobile. Oh, he did the commercial. So, oh, maybe it was just like a fan commercial.
I
Maybe he was advertising for T1.
I think so, right? I think he
He
was
is the
there.
face of T1 pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a face of League of Legends, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um, everybody gets compared to Faker. Are you up to Faker's level? What's up, Thunder? Appreciate you joining us. Hey, Matt, how's it going, buddy? No, I'm pretty sure I saw him there, and that's what confused me. As I saw him in the locker room with T1, and I was like, "Is that Faker, or is that just somebody that looks like Faker?"
I wonder if he was maybe he was there like to coach them. Maybe if he was there and he was coaching them. But I don't know. That's still far-fetched.
Console is going to boost the game a lot. It absolutely is. I
Oh
think
yeah.
it'll do well on console.
I
Might work well.
I might make the switch to console. If I might go from mobile to console. If I like the console mechanics, I might make the switch. Because I know that I would dominate some console players.
Would you go to Switch? Would you make the switch on Switch?
Oh yeah. I have a switch.
Yeah, is that where you would make the switch?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Sorry.
really bad joke. But
I know it
yeah.
was terrible. It was a dad joke. I'm sorry. So sorry. Didn't T1 like give him a percentage ownership or something? I have no idea. I would
They
imagine
may have. Yeah.
they should have.
I would. They should
Yeah.
have. Yeah, I would.
After
If
he's
he
carried your
if he
brand for so long.
yeah, if he wanted it, I would give it to him. I would give Faker a lot of things if he asked, I think.
Probably how do you sub like sub sandwich? I'm sorry.
So here's what happens. You get 2 pieces of bread, and then you got to cut yourself some meat. You want to cut it real nice and thin. Lots of ribbons. I don't see it here. Oh, how do you subscribe? Oh, I don't know.
If
Kingmaker, how
you're
do they subscribe?
if you are on Twitch, I don't think I'm partnered to where you can actually subscribe. I can shoot you my YouTube though, and I will shoot that there. You can always subscribe there. But yeah, because I'm not a partner, no one can subscribe to the channel, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's my YouTube. Bonsai, I was duoing with Tonki earlier, and we were stomping. Like I was playing
Oh
Yumi,
yeah.
Trindamere, and we were just
Oh yeah.
dominating everybody. And then his group or his chat made me rap for them.
Oh. Well, you were playing Yumi, so it's not like your hands were busy.
1 second.
Oh no, emergency. Danger, Will Robinson. Dude, I've never been left on the show alone. What am I gonna do?
Sorry, something was going on in the house. I thought I had emergency come up. My bad.
Was like,
you didn't see my underwear, did you? Okay, good.
No, I was really just trying to like hold it down. I've never been left on the show alone for 1 second. There was a lot going on.
I'm so sorry. But yeah, no,
I think I did a great job.
Yeah, like his chat made me rap for them over and over again, and
Oh, yeah?
it was beautiful.
That's great, dude. What did you rap about?
Oh man, Wild Rift. They made me write a Gragas rap.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Sunflower. I checked it, but I did not get to watch the whole thing. Bonsai and I started talking.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, Bonsai distracted me. But
Yeah.
my games have been going pretty well. I really haven't got to play too much other than with Tonki. So shout out to the Tonk Nation, especially for tuning in, going pretty hard on this podcast episode for us.
I played some warm-up games yesterday because I hadn't played in a week. So I just went into my platinum account and I duoed with someone from Noxie and Glory, and we won like 6 games in a row, so it was good. It was a good warm up. I think towards the end there, I started getting bored, and I knew it was platinum, and I was trying to like push the envelope a little bit. The second to last game was like a little aggressive, and then the last game I just played Nasus ADC, and I
Mhm.
actually went 7-1 at one point, but we just couldn't win. I ended up like 8-5 or something like that.
Are we going to be doing a special new release champion stream?
You know what? That would be cool because we have been looking for some new segments to add on to the show. Uh, which, speaking of which, the 3.3 leak was pretty fun because we did get the release dates for Nautilus and Pike, uh, but 3.3 teased Kassadin, Samira, and Scion coming over from PC League. So I think there's a lot of champions coming out this year. So we probably should do something for that.
Oh yeah, like I will definitely get on and I will play Jungle Nautilus. It'll go well. It'll go real well.
No, you jungle Scion.
Oh
That way,
shit!
yeah. So when you run it down, it's okay. You're technically
Yeah, absolutely.
it's strat.
I'm trying to find this this leaked information that someone posted in Discord earlier today, with possible rumors, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, I have it all pulled up here.
Oh, you do? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was trying to copy and paste it, but then it copy and pasted kind of weird because of my Safari's in dark mode.
Oh, yeah, gotcha. So did we talk about the Wild Rift 4L in houses?
Yeah, we mentioned that last week. It's pretty much a Discord where you go in, you get your role, and then you queue up for in-house customs. So you just go in, you have a bot, you sign up, you have your rank, you queue in when the in-houses start, all their information's in there, and then you just be present whenever the in-houses start, and then they queue you in through the bot, and you go in through there. It's the same way it works in the C9 Discord. Noxie and Glory is still hosting their tournaments, and they just posted a new calendar, actually. Probably pull that up here real quick.
While you're doing that, do you think the map is too small for the monster champions? I'm worried about the map being too small for assassins like Talon or LeBlanc to be able to get in and like assassinate people.
I think the map is exactly the same, is exactly the right size that it needs to be for the style that Wild Rift is.
Dude, this is my problem right here, what Tonky just shared. I was gonna make videos for the champs tonight, but they come out too late and I gotta work tomorrow. Like all the European players, they get to play all the champions and they do all the videos first because I'm in bed, or I would. I thought I was gonna beat the game beat the game with Echo Jungle, like because nobody had done it. And then I realized Darkbreaker did it, and then so did Hells, and I was like, well, too late on that one.
I mean, that's what people do, but we can definitely do some segments here on the show.
Yeah, we can just we can play League of Legends, and then claim it's Wild Rift. No one will be able to notice the difference.
Dude, I'd have to unlock those champions, and that's gonna take a while.
Dude, I couldn't. I'd suck worse on there than I do on here.
Yeah, but they're just dropping Kassadin, Samira, and Scion, which is rumored, and then you'll get the skins for them. They're dropping the Psyops skins, some more Warring Kingdom skins. Officer Vi's coming. Star Guardians skins are all coming back. We're getting another pool party set released. So Riot's just like, summer's out. Give us all your money. Like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Thanks for the skins.
Sunflower says D'Enzio would do guides first and then post a gameplay a day later. If you know him, like, hook me up. I'm trying to reach out. So, we were just talking about that. See if it was time for be first every. If it wasn't for real life, I'd be first every time. Yeah, absolutely. I hope they have Star Guardian limited time mode because that was so awesome. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Yeah. No.
But moving on to
What time are they supposed to drop tonight? Because I'm ahead of you, or I'm behind you.
Dude, I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
I know you don't, but these guys do.
Yeah, that's because they're better than I am. Potato says it's like Star Guardians versus monsters in a small map. The only mode that I saw that looked really, really cool was when they released Dark Star Thresh. They had this thing where the hooks would reach all the way across the map, but it was like this circle, and in the middle there was like a black hole, and you would hook across the map, and it would drag them all the way to you, and the goal was to drag them into the black hole. Gotcha. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm looking at managing his YouTube for him or something like that. So editing some videos for him. That'd be phenomenal if you actually know him. That's really cool. Yeah, let me know. Wink, wink. I don't know why I did that. That was so weird. Sorry. Moving on into the Reddit questions. This one is from Meh, and the only reason I'm going back is because this is 9 days old, but Diamond Below is fun. I used to hard grind with the hope of getting to Challenger, but now I just get my rank up to Diamond and then change account just to get it to Diamond. Is so fun. Reasons why. First of all, you don't need blah, 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 blah. So do you think grinding characters back up through the ranks, like to Diamond and all that stuff, is fun? Do you enjoy smurfing, Bonsai?
I definitely enjoy smurfing to practice new champions or just to take like a mental break and like get some morale back. But for me, no, because to me, I want to be master. I want to be high elo. I want to flex it. I want to show it. I want to know that I'm good enough to be in that elo, so that when I do go down and I start smurfing on people, it's, you know, I'm really just smurfing on them. I'm just like popping off 7-1 Nasus ADC. My support last night, he was like, you know, I have trouble climbing, like I need help. And I was like, well, what do you play support? Like, because I just play support in ADC, and you play Baron, so I, you know, out of jungle. And so he ended up playing support Shen a couple games, and we won. And then he went back to Thresh, and then the last game I just picked up support Nasus, and he was like, I went 3-0, and he was like, what did I get myself into? He's like hard stuck Emerald 4. So it was like, when you're explaining these things to somebody and you're just like, yeah, man, like just watch your wave management, know when to go in. You know, we're talking about where he should be positioning himself in lane. Should he be parallel to me or forward or ahead? To me, that's what I enjoy about the game. Like I enjoy having all that knowledge and understanding, and then being able to share it. So I like grinding, I guess.
I love smurfing. That's why I do it so much. It's not because I'm hard stuck. It's just I love smurfing so much. That's
Oh man, yeah.
so
You're totally not hard stuck, Kingmaker.
totally not.
You're actually challenger peak right now.
I haven't reached my peak yet.
Oh, no ceilings.
No
Ain't got no
ceilings.
ceilings for this man.
Jackie, I'm coming for you. I'm just kidding. 4,000. That dude's insane. He's like 4,300 LP into challenger, like rank number 1 in the world. Or just have King support that lets me rush in and fuck people up without a care. You're absolutely right. Sunflower said, I started my Smurf so I could play by myself and learn solo queue. I made it to Emerald 1 and started using it to help others get into Emerald. My main is D4, so now I have to work on my main. Yeah, like that's my problem. I just spread my love all over different accounts to help people lower their rank.
You just help yourself, Kingmaker.
Yes, but still. Look, if you can help somebody while helping yourself, then it's a win-win, right?
Are you helping yourself while you're helping somebody?
Yes.
All right. Then.
If I'm streaming it, and it's great content, I can use it to make funny content.
You can.
And then people can laugh at me. They'd be like, "How are you coaching people? You can't even climb out of platinum." It's true. It's true though. So
I
this
wonder
next,
what rank Faker's coach is.
I think Coma was D2. So like he's pretty good. Like I just need to get to D2 and then I can be like, yeah, I'm Kakoma. So this one comes from Liv's 3 Lies. It's Wild Rift completely killed the hype when they released Champions. Basically what he's talking about is how long it takes in between the releases. Like they announced Nautilus and Pike, but it took so long for them to actually come out with the champions after Echo. Do you feel that that kills the hype of the game, or do you think that's just a normal process that we're going to have to learn to get used to going forward?
I think they're generating a lot of hype so that people can stay interested and know when these things are coming so that they can plan for them. But I understand, like, yeah, maybe 1 to 2 weeks before would probably be better, but things leak. Like, like 3.3 leaks came out and they're not supposed to be released until July. So, it's like on one end, they're probably doing as much as they can to tease, because we did get our season tease at the beginning of the year when we started seeing what regions they were going to go into and all that other stuff. But the leaks, you can't control those, and
Sounds like they need a better plumber.
They're not lazy, Tonky. I wouldn't say they're lazy. They have a lot going on.
No,
as Riot is still growing so much.
So for me, right, Sunflower said it's easy to get back into Diamond, but leaving Diamond as a hair puller. I think it's really easy to leave Diamond. It just depends on what way you want to go.
It depends on how hard you want to throw. And in what direction.
Yeah, no, I am great at going down. So wait, pause. Oh, sorry.
So, yeah, I think they could probably do a better job of keeping a lid on it when it comes to champion releases and details and all these other things. But I think at least I know it's coming, and I have something to look forward to. Because there really ain't that much these days, right, Kingmaker? I'm just kidding.
No, there's nothing anymore. Life is a wasteland.
Life is just a black pit. It's just a dark star skin.
You think you need a lane change, but one direction went other directions. Yeah, that's like, I don't know. I used to have this joke, but I can't make that joke anymore because then I'll get canceled. So, love you guys. One Direction, you're phenomenal. Moving on, this is right up your alley, Bonsai.
With the amount of AP and support champions in Wild Rift, I hate that there's so little item diversity. I hate that AP champs, they just build Ludens, Rabadons, Lich Bane, Rabadons. They want Shadow Flame, Demonic Embrace, defensive AP items. Blah, 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 blah. I don't really play that much AD champs, so I don't really know what the item situation is there. There's definitely a little bit more. I think it's about even, honestly, when you look at each item or each category in the item store. I think it's about the same. But I think even at a certain point, I'm a meta believer. So no matter how many items you give me, if the best combination of items is XYZ, I'm just gonna pick those.
Yeah.
I would definitely like to diversify a little bit when it comes to when you're getting your like third or fourth item and you're getting one of your utility items. That's usually a flex in standard builds. There are other things I would look for, but I'm okay. Like for me, my favorite thing about it is the consistency of League of Legends. So I'm okay with the items that we have now, but I did like the ones that came out recently. I just don't think people utilize them as they should have or are. Some people still even aren't using their runes that came out or the adjustments or anything.
What are runes? I just click top 3 build and go with it, man.
Yep, there you go.
That's how I climb.
That's not the worst place to start.
That's how I climb, man. Like Blue Potatoes calling throwing shots. I mean, people have no idea how to change items anyway. Imagine if we had more lol, then the complaint would be there's too many items to know what to buy. Sunflower says, I'm still mad that they put in Shin with no Hydra. I don't know.
I like the point that Potato made, because when they went to go put League of Legends on mobile, they were reaching a different audience. So keeping things simple and keeping things easier to understand and keeping everything user friendly, I think, is a good way to go. But once you've been playing the game for a while, you do want a little bit more. So.
Do you remember playing PC League when you had to buy wards and they cost money?
Yeah, and you also bought potions. You also, like, everything, and the items were much more expensive than they are now, and it takes way longer to get them too.
It's crazy because in Wild Rift, wards are free.
That's the difference between high elo and low elo.
Yes. Yeah. Like I don't. That's why I'm stuck in forever low elo. But this one comes from Spino86. It says PSA wards are free. As the title says, I main support, and I can't believe that people in Emerald still haven't learned that Vision wins games. I get furious when they face check bushes and get slaughtered when they have both wards off cooldown. It's annoying as shit. Place wards. How do you feel about wards being free and placing wards, Bonsai? Do you think Vision controls the game, or do you think counter Vision controls the game?
Are you asked to counter? I mean, it's both. There's different stages in the there's different stages in the game that one must counter or not counter.
To counter or not counter? That's the question.
That is the question. Yeah.
Oh, Romeo.
But yeah, drop your fucking wards.
Yeah, they're free, man. Just drop them.
They're free. I do a terrible job of not switching my wards out when they're on cooldown. So I just ward everything, but I don't ever use anything other than scryers to clear wards sometimes.
I just take control ward everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, just use them. That's the whole point.
However, if you have two yellow wards and you drop them right on top of each other, it makes the glow like even brighter, so you can see the map even better. Yeah, totally works. Try it out next time.
You know what I hate? You know what I hate is when you're solo queuing and you and your ADC both ward the same bush at the same time.
Yeah, you know what
you and the mid laner both ward the tri bush at the same time.
Yeah, you know what I hate is when I'm queuing with Tonki and then I go to ward the blue buff for him, and then he goes and wards the blue buff and then blames me for warding the blue buff. Even though I clearly warded first when he dropped his ward after me. So
yeah, whoever drops their ward first, just they get ownership of that bush.
Exactly. Get good.
So yeah, go find some other bush to ward, bro.
Yeah, come on. Stick your ward in another bush. But let's talk about new wards. People need to know when it's best to use it. Absolutely. Definitely you want to prioritize your control ward around objectives. Definitely the strongest around Baron Pit or Dragon Pit. However, there are great points to utilize on the map like behind the Baron Pit to see where the enemy jungle is pathing. Red buff, the enemy red buff is another great spot. Because no one ever really passes that way or checks it when they're pathing that way.
Tonki said he'd like to ward your bush.
Any day. I'll take it.
Yeah. There's different phases for warding and different timings. So like whatever objective, like no matter what the objective is, whatever objective you're trying to take at that point in time or whatever your team's going for, that's the objective that you want to ward around and then have control wards. If you're losing the game, drop red wards and ward your own jungle, because now the enemy team is taking your side of the map potentially, so you can try to find picks in there. And you're always more than likely going to have a more advantageous fighting on your side of the map versus theirs. And then vice versa, when you're moving towards getting closer to their nexus, dropping wards in their side of the map and control wards in the river towards objectives definitely helps. And there's pretty much like any entry point along the river into their jungle is always good in a bush. I could get into drawing you a map and doing all these other things, but just the point is they have them in the game, so just use them.
Yo, I agree. I agree. A lot of people don't take advantage of the fact. I don't take advantage of, and like this is me talking to myself. I don't do what I should do as the the fundamentals to carry the game. When I play support, this is why I can't climb playing support. So I really need to make sure I work on my warding as well. This next one, however,
it does depend on your elo, Tonki. Like when it comes to warding, as you get into higher elo, you do need to be much more mindful of where you're warding, how you're warding, when you're warding, what words you're using. In low elo, yeah, it's a lot less forgiving for you to face check a bush, and then like when you're gold or platinum, you're not going to, chances of you getting blown up are a lot slimmer. But at the end of the day, it's the knowledge and but
I didn't plan on reading this one. I just felt like this resonated. I'm very bad at every role.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of skimming through this. So this guy is saying that he feels like he's bad at every role. He doesn't blame anybody but himself, and he really likes playing the game. And no matter how he tries to get good, quote unquote, he just keeps dropping. First he was emerald, then he's plat, and now he's about to hit gold. And then he apparently edited that. Now he is gold. He says he has several champs that he's good at. He's tried different roles, but he's just not climbing, and he doesn't feel like he's improving. And he's getting stressed out because he's playing a game he's not even good at. But he loves the game, so he wants to be good at it. And then he read everyone. So he posted, and then he came back, and everyone in the comments just kind of told him to take it easy, and he's gonna just try to climb again. And now he only plays solo queue. He says he almost got back to emerald, but yeah. And he said he played since the beta, and they were so happy they could play a great MOBA after playing like Vainglory. Yep. But yeah.
No, I was just definitely. I picked it for the title alone because I am just bad at every role now, and I blame. So? Yeah, it's definitely my teammates' fault though, 100%. No, it's cool. It's the reason I picked it is because of the fact that this guy does what a lot of people don't do. He looked at himself and said, "Okay, this is clearly my fault. There's something wrong with my gameplay. I just can't figure out what it is." So. It's good to see that the community rallied behind this guy and actually gave him some words of encouragement instead of saying, just get good, you're shit, quit now, kill yourself, I hope your family gets cancer, things like that, what normally people say. Dude, in all chat.
Who would say, nobody said that? Who would say that?
I have definitely said that.
I think people have said that to you, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Hate is just a cycle that you perpetuate on the next person because it's happened to you, and we really got to break that cycle.
Yo, he's spitting facts over here. He's dropping new rhymes on everybody.
Yes. Sunflower says patience is the key for team fights. That's what I had to learn, and that's what helped my games, and I made it to diamond. I did say that stuff to Tonki today, though.
The nasty stuff? You told him he wasn't going anywhere with his life?
I talked dirty to him, so.
Oh. Well, at least it was consensual.
It was definitely consensual.
I'm glad this guy took a break, because honestly, that is always a good place to start. You just fucking put the game down. Just put the game down and go do something else, man. And you love the game, you come back to it, you'll play it, and you either get good or you don't. But either way, at the end of the day, it's just about enjoying the game. And yeah, if you love the game, you do want to climb and get better at it. One of the guys that posted in the comment section said he was a master player, and his advice, which I agree with, is just stick to one or two roles. Um, dude, Taki, Jesus, whoa!
I did say all this. I said all of
Did you
this.
say that?
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
actually say that?
Oh man. Well, we were talking. We were talking about. There's this. Have you heard the song by Lonely Island and Justin Timberlake, "Mother Lovers"? I
Oh
was telling
yes.
him about the song, and he
Mm.
took it the wrong way. And then
Oh,
he was talking. Then we were
oh,
talking
dude.
about swinging,
Oh, dude.
upside down pineapples.
I've seen that music video. That video is hilarious. Like that epitome, like the peak of Lonely Island on SNL is just like grade A quality content. Forever marked that generation.
Absolutely, you can't get away with it anymore, though.
Just a
Um,
couple mother lovers.
yeah, exactly. I got caught in 4K, man. I got
Yeah,
caught in
you
4K.
got caught. You got caught in 4K, bro. But look, the the point here is if you feel like you're just not playing good, usually the first place to start is take a break. And I agree, like stick to one or two roles when you're climbing. Uh, like don't don't try to like get crazy or get any crazy ideas. Like there's a reason that there's a meta. There's a reason that people make guides. The information's out there. Like go out there, find it, contact us, talk to Kingmaker. There's people out in the community that would love to help you. And yeah, stick to like three champions at the most, or stick to one. Just become a one trick for a while and then learn something else. On PC League, for me, I was a one trick Heimerdinger player. And here, I would on Wild Rift, I would say there's probably I know that I have one champion at max mastery, and I have two or three champions right behind that that are almost max mastery. And then I have a couple ones after that. So you have your S tier champs that you gotta get down. But patience is good. Learning counters, yeah, like learning for me, that's my big mentality when I'm in draft and I'm picking my champion is what is the enemy team playing and what are my counters, and I do the research on it. I look at their skill sets. I look at the information that's online, and I watch the gameplay. I know that Nami counters Lulu, Rakan, and like just basic information like that. It helps me climb, helps me win games.
Best counter to Lux is the ban button.
Oh yeah, same thing with Yi. You just ban him.
Hmm.
Uh, Teemo, you really kind of have to out macro a Teemo in lane. Like I don't know, I was playing some gold games when I was playing some gold games the other day, and I had a Teemo in Baron lane. I really just like out farmed him kind of, and I let my wave build up, and then I just killed him. It was really annoying. It took a lot of time and patience, but
I played support Teemo the other day. Tank support Teemo. It was phenomenal. My
that
vein
sounds
shit
like
the bed.
something Tonki would do.
No, it was a great time. My vein couldn't keep up with my farm, so I started farming. Didn't let her get anywhere, but it was a great video. It made for a great video. So it's what peak performance looks like. So
uh,
later.
icons, icons is shifting the meta.
Oh, sorry. Dude. I'm so in chat. No, wrong one.
Dude,
Wrong one.
we are so in chat.
Yes, Tonky is throwing me off. I almost called him Honky. Honky is throwing me off. Icons.
Um,
I'll let you read this one.
oh, I was say yeah, icons. Okay, this person thinks that the meta is shifting because of icons. Yes, I agree with you. Like icons is happening, people are watching these gameplays. Now they're gonna copy that during icons series. But the meta was already made before icons happened. So to me, this is like, um, yeah, I was actually surprised to still see AP carries in the bot lane in the Icons games, because that was how we were playing the meta at the beginning of the season in January and February, and that's still how we're playing now. So I was a little surprised about that one. I definitely saw more bruisers in the mid lane, and that was a kind of a meta that was already existing. Corki and Lucian are just really strong hyper carries, and with the adjustments to the runes, they just fit in there, and they have really strong early game presence and late game carry potential. The Hull Breaker mid was definitely a new thing for me, but I think that at the end of the day, some people have to remember that these things sometimes only work in competitive meta.
Yeah.
They don't work in solo queue sometimes.
So brand AP carry does not work.
It does. It does work. It can work.
So Zig's AP carry does not work.
It does work.
Oh, so then these things work in solo queue too.
Not sometimes, yeah. It's the Hull Breaker mid thing for me. Like when you're solo queuing and you're trying to carry a little bit. So, but the thing is that they're building. So Yeti says to have them stop building Hull Breaker on non-split pushers. So that's what I'm saying is in competitive meta, what happens is that the mid laner then rotates to a side lane, and the dual lane stays mid, and that's majority of the time what happens. So when you're mid laner that doesn't have a lot of escape, and is potentially fighting a tankier or needs to fight sometimes a tankier matchup, depending on what rotations the enemy team is having, them getting Hull Breaker in the early game helps them through the mid game and farm in lane and be able to sustain and push the side lanes. And they're still gaining benefit. And then they just build Hull Breaker, and then the rest of their build is just whatever, like whatever naturally builds for them. That's what I'm saying. I think it really only works. Something like that would only work in competitive meta.
How do you feel about Hullbreaker Yumi?
Whoa. No.
Think about Hullbreaker top lane Yumi, man.
The whole point is for her to not be alone.
But we're breaking the meta.
The whole point of the champion is to be attached to another person. What do you do?
We're breaking the meta. Like we are out gaming people, bro. After this Hull Break, I'm doing it.
A Hull Breaker Tristana top, yeah, I would see like a Hull Breaker ADC top.
You know,
I wouldn't even play Hull Breaker Soraka top.
I feel bad because Archer was on the Hullbreaker Tristana for so long, and then we played it, and he just shit the bed on it every time. Hullbreaker top lane Tristana. So he made it look really bad, but it works. It really does.
It does work. On paper, it works. But yeah, you can make anything look really bad. You can also make anything look really good. Like 8-1 Nasus ADC.
Look at this face. Like if I turn this way and look up a little bit, yeah, that's like handsome. When I look at you directly, it's like ugly. So I can make anything look good or bad.
Yeah, I was kind of mad they added Yumi too. Now I was like, this is pointless. Now this champion's here and like is useless.
No, what? I am the best Yumi player in Platinum, hands down. And that's just I'm gonna one trick pony Yumi the rest of the game, rest of my life. Like Yumi is so good. Like she's the perfect streaming champion because you can play with one hand. You really can. I've done this. I've tested this. It works.
No, I believe you. I believe you.
I'm not even the best Yumi in your chair right now. You're right.
Wow.
Moving on to this next question. Which skill do you think is the most useless in the game? For them, it has to be Morgana's ultimate. It's never worth it since she's so easy to explode, and most of the time you can instantly dash out of it. What do you think? What do you think is the most useless skill in this game? Did you freeze on me, Ponza? Oh, okay.
No, I'm thinking. Number one, this guy, I completely disagree with this guy. I don't think Morgana's ult is the most useless skill in the game. That was why I was like trying to get that thought out of my head first. The first thought that comes to mind is Rakan's first ability, where he throws a feather out and heals himself. Um, I don't know, like that one's not really that useless.
Teemo's speed up, maybe?
Teemo's speed up is really useful sometimes.
Teams as a champion, whole champ is useful.
Teemo as a champion. Ash's third ability? No, because I play Ash all the time. Yeah, Yeti, you can hop on.
Yeah. If anybody else wants to hop on,
That's why Tonki's still stuck in Masters, because he doesn't need vision.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing, right? I didn't know Ash's third ability actually reveals wards.
Oh.
So it's huge.
Yeah.
It's so
I think
huge.
That's really useful. Yeah, I wouldn't say that's useless. Oh, man. I want to say Rakan's Q. I think Sona, depending on who's playing her, maybe like some of her skills, maybe. I can't think of anything other than maybe Rakan's Q, because I don't really need it that often. I really just want his second and third ability and his ult, and then my boots.
I mean, Olaf's a pretty shit champion. So
what?
God, I don't know. I thought about this for a while and I still couldn't come up with it. Like Yumi, her second ability to be able to jump onto people, the fact that if like even the Rift Herald crowd controls you, you still can't use it. It's like it's a shit skill.
I think our first ability is kind of shit.
Like, oh, here we go. Yeti's here. Oh my God, Yeti! What are you doing in the background?
We're in a car now.
All right, listen. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Am I really going to have to fight with you guys about what champion abilities are useless?
I mean, everyone that Thresh has is kind of useless.
Okay.
I mean, we're not really fighting about it.
First off.
We're not really fighting about it. We're more just kind of like.
All right, let me pull up a champion list. All right. All right, Ari's Foxfire. It's useless outside of the speed up. That's like the only thing it's good for.
What do you mean? It does damage.
Yeah, it does damage.
Yeah, but it does damage.
It also auto targets.
The only thing it's useful for is the speed up. The damage is minuscule. Let me think. Gragas is
so it is useful
because he's got.
So it is useful. It's just semi-useless.
It's more useless than Rakan's Q. What are you talking about? Rakan, he has a team heal. It can heal all of his teammates.
His Q?
Yes. If you hit a large monster or a champion and you walk into a group of your teammates, it heals everybody in the circle.
Yeah, but it's a shit character, so who cares?
Are you joking? Okay,
he's joking.
Okay. Let me think. I gotta think of I'm trying to look at all the champions in the game of what's the most useless. I mean, I just hate Teemo in general, so I think his is pretty all of his shit is dog shit. So I just don't even like any of his.
He's the only one that can blind people, though.
That's not true.
Who else can blind people?
Graves can.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Graves smokescreen is a blind. Let's see. I just had one in my head. Where did he go?
Lux is a pretty dog shit.
Jin's traps are pretty useless, in my opinion. Nobody's capable of using them correctly, so that's why they feel like they're useless.
Vagar's W is useless if you don't land the E. Yes. If you don't land one of your combos, then the rest of your combo is going to be useless.
Oh, Kale's W? Like it is, the heal is shit. The speed up doesn't really do anything. It could be replaced by an entirely different skill, and you wouldn't even notice.
No, I wouldn't. I don't know. Like Kale's other kit, yeah, because you don't use it at all other than auto attacking. But I'd say the heal.
What about Garen's second ability? Like it just makes him tankier.
No,
well, yeah, but that's his whole idea, though. He's supposed to run in and
true.
That's a whole part of his thing. Let's see.
Zed is a champion in general. Yasuo's wind wall sucks.
Who said that?
I did.
What about
Oh.
what about Jinx's E?
Is that the traps?
Her third spell?
Her third is her third ability? Maybe.
So her Q on PC, her Q is her chomper, or her Q is her switcheroo between her rockets and her minigun. Her W,
Yeah.
I believe, is
Is
her
traps.
chompers, and then her E is
Yeah.
the long range poke. No, I think that's used. I think
Yeah.
that's useful as fuck. Being able to stand in lane and like
Yeah, it also
shoot
slows
a
them
straight
down
line
too. I
slow
forgot
at
about
somebody,
that.
like that's super useful.
This is harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It is harder than I thought
No,
it'd be,
I
but
mean,
it's
well,
definitely
here's the problem is I think that the issue that we're kind of running into is a lot of the more useless champions in the game are not in the game yet, right? Like they're on League PC, but they're not in Wild Rift yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to think. Let me think.
Hot
Like I mean, in my opinion, all of Udyr's kit until he gets reworked is completely useless. I don't know if any of you guys know who Udyr is.
Yes.
But like I'm talking more, I guess, the people listening. Like Udyr is just he has basically 4 stances: a tiger, bear, turtle, and phoenix, and they all do different things. But like he's just kind of all he does is run around and auto attack. He doesn't do anything special.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really
He doesn't
have
do anything special. Yeah. Yeah. He's
But,
very team oriented.
gates on people.
What?
Trick 2G opens up the gates on people.
Oh, Trick
No,
2G is yeah.
Another one that's not in the game just yet is Warwick. I think that his W is pretty useless considering his passive does the exact same thing.
Blitzcrank's Q, man.
Fair.
Like
What?
if Blitzcrank's Q, because it's so hard to hit that it's basically useless.
We're done here, Kingmaker.
It's useless.
I think that's the platinum menu talking.
You know
I
what?
think Yeti might punch you across the street.
I don't even like Blitzcrank, but like his Q's not that hard to hit.
Okay. I've got the perfect one. Annie's Q.
No, Annie's Q is essential for her kit.
Listen to me. Here's my thought process behind this, because on PC it's a point and click, on Wild Rift it's a skill shot.
Yeah, but it's to make the game easier to play on the phone, like on you know what I mean, on a mobile phone factor. Like that's the reason it's a skill shot.
I would rather it be a point and click.
But that doesn't make it useless though.
I don't have a mouse attached to my touchscreen phone, Kingmaker.
Well, that's why you just drag and drop it, man. It's not hard. It's not hard. Just drag and drop.
Well, I think we've deduced that we couldn't think of one, but we definitely don't agree that Morgana's ult is useless.
No, yeah, Morgana's ult is definitely not useless. Whoever said that needs to be checked into a mental institution.
I've been to a mental institution. Offense to that. I am.
Oh man.
I actually went twice. So.
Look at you, overachiever.
Yeah, I know. 10 days twice.
He needed his second certificate.
Yeah, exactly. It really helps Amumu in general. Amumu's a great champion. His ultimate's game changing. So much crowd.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
I don't think there's a bad champion skill.
Like I said, I think the problem is we don't have all of the champions in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So there isn't somebody who's truly useless yet. Again, like I said, outside of Teemo. I think that Teemo, when he's on my team, is the worst champion in the game. And when he's on the other team, he's the best champion in the game because we can beat him every single time. Like I can't stand Teemo.
I'm just looking through the champion list still, and there's nothing.
Misfortunes make it rain. The circle she puts on the ground.
Like AP misfortune. Like that's
AP useful. No, that's useful. It also slows. And it's an easy proc for Serelda's Grudge.
Maybe her second ability to where it speeds her up quicker. Like it seems kind of useless.
Yeah, I know that's pretty useless because it only works outside of combat, doesn't it?
I'm not sure.
I think it only works out of combat.
It also increases her. Doesn't it increase her attack speed?
I don't know. Let's see.
I can check.
Misfortune's passive Passively gains movement speed when not attacked. This ability can be activating grant
Oh.
bonus attack speed for a short duration. While it's on
Oh,
cooldown,
yeah.
caps reduce the damage, reduce the remaining cooldown of Strut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of useless.
No, if it increases her attack speed, it's not, because the whole point of her kit is to attack different champions, because that's how she procs her passive and crits for every other champion. So yeah.
Archer, the conversation right now is what champion skill is the most useless, or what I guess maybe what champion, but I think the conversation started with what champion's ability is the most useless, because some idiot on Reddit said that Morgana's ultimate was the worst, and that just straight up doesn't make any sense.
Probably something in our Aurelian Souls kit. I'm only saying that because Archer.
Archer joined. I mean, I was thinking Aurelian Soul, but like all of his abilities make sense for who he is, like, and for what his playstyle is. I think the part that bothers me is I want old Aurelian Soul when he first released, where you could just turn his W on and off instead of having it be like a burst thing where it goes out for a couple seconds and then comes back.
Oh,
and give
yeah.
you a speed buff. It was just a constant. You could just turn it on or turn it off.
Yeah.
And it would use mana as you hand it on.
Maybe Sett's Q, because all it does is increases attack damage and you run at people faster.
No, because that's how you proc. That procs is passive.
No, man, I'm not seeing anything. I'm really not. I got nothing, but it's definitely not Morgana's ultimate. So, but we are moving on to the last question because that's been fucking forever. And this is a legitimate one. We don't have to read all of it, but the idea of the feeling of I need to do something. I need to do something to bring this game back. It's a dangerous mentality to have because you force things that don't need to be forced, when in all reality, you could just wait for the enemy team to throw, because chances are they're going to throw. A lot of people don't know how to close these games out when they do play them, so just wait for them to throw.
So there's definitely, and I've been noticing this, there's something I was noticing in the games I played yesterday, like in the games that we were winning. The whole mid game, I was just chilling and farming. And I'm like, oh, you're gonna go get picked off up there? Like, okay, cool, man. Like I know that what I need to do is I need to farm so that I can get cold and I can try to carry the game when it comes to the team fights for objectives, or like try to be more aware of what's going on the map. But there's definitely times where that person's dead. You don't have to help them. You don't have to go over there, drop a ward, and maybe try to make a play on the other side of the map, because this game is pretty much like playing chess in like a very fast pace. And there's a lot of other factors involved too. But if you understand like the fact that like maybe if you're playing Vayne, your whole point is to get to the mid game, get to the late game, farm as much as possible, and then just kill everybody. And yeah, they're gonna suffer. They might get mad at you for not helping, but if you can capitalize on something somewhere else, maybe you win the next team fight, or you farm a little bit more so you can carry harder. You just always have to remember that there's kind of like that's why it's called solo queue, and then there's everything else.
How do you feel about having the mentality of I need to make something happen?
So again, I'm speaking from the perspective of a person who's been playing League of Legends since like PC since the end of season 3. Like I watched Faker win his first world championship. The I guess like that person said in the Reddit clip, the dangerous pitfall that is, it really is. It like, I think that's what stunts the growth for so many players, is getting behind and not understanding what the right steps are to initiate the comeback, right? There is a certain point where we need to do something now or we lose happens. Mm-hmm. And that point is when I wish I could like pull up a clip and show you from when I was playing competitively with my friend Corey. in like tournaments and in leagues and stuff like that. Like I was playing Bard, he was on Hecarim, and our team, the rest of our team, I don't remember who they were on, but like we were like, hey, we have to do something. They're pushing top, they're pushing mid, there's somebody pushing bot, and it's like there's 3 of them top lane. If we don't do anything, they beat us.
Yeah.
If we do something and fail, they beat us. But the only chance we have of winning is if we do something, right? We have to try something because we lose whether or not we do something or not.
Cheesy brush strat or something.
Say that one more time.
Cheesy brush strat.
No, so like nothing even like that. Like we're literally in our base. Like our nexuses are all, or not all of our nexuses. Our inhibitors are down, and I throw my ult at 2 of them, and Corey rushes 1 of them. But because we're 2 versus 3, even though I took 2 of them out, I'm playing Bard. I don't have enough damage to really help him, so we end up losing. But the problem is you end up with what ends up happening is you end up with that situation of like, hey, we either need to do something or we're going to lose. But I think that people have that mentality too early into the game.
Yeah.
Right. Like the only time that mentality should ever cross your mind is when you are about to lose. Right. Because then what's the harm in trying to, if we all go in and we win a team fight, we stay alive for a little bit longer. The game is that much more winnable. But if we go in and we lose the team fight, we're going to lose anyway. Right. Or like if we just sit back and try to like protect the nexus, like we're going to lose. Right. So like there's only one point where that mentality should come in. And I think that the problem is that most players, especially in Wild Rift, have that issue where like you need to do something. I need to be doing something. And I know I told you, Kingmaker, like there is in my like realm of thought is like you have to always be doing something, but it's be doing something useful, right? Like if you are on a Tristana or a Lucian or an Ezreal, jumping into the enemy team and trying to fight them and just to deal damage to them, it doesn't do anything to help your team. And all it's going to do is set you further behind because you're going to attempt to you're trying to come back. So doing something, like the need to do something, yes, but doing something useful, right?
Yeah.
Vision, useful. You know, pinging and like communicating with your team is useful.
Really, the only time you should, you know, like you were talking about in that situation, the only time you really have to do something is when they're on your nexus.
Yeah, is when there is a you do or die. Like that's the only time that mentality should ever come up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. But
patience is key, and understanding what steps you have to take. Because I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm in the mentality of like, or I'm in the same mentality. You should always be doing something, but there's a difference between that and then knowing what you have to do.
Yeah, and I think that as people play and as this game starts to mature and we get more players and more experienced players, you know, that stuff will happen. I mean, myself and my buddy Corey talk about it all the time of like, and this is no shot to anybody who's watching or either of you two, but like Wild Rift players, even challengers and pro players have no fucking idea what they're doing. Like if you watch a pro game of PC League, even at the lower levels, and then you watch the higher levels of Wild Rift, there's a huge difference. And it has nothing to do with the champions. It has nothing to do with the abilities. It has nothing to do with who's fed and who's not. It literally just comes down to you don't know where you're supposed to be 95% of the time. Or you don't know what you're supposed to be doing outside of fighting your lane opponent. And it's like that's how you win games, especially in lower elos, is like to climb, right? Is you have to be able to recognize like what you should be doing, especially if you're losing.
See, I think there's some validity to that because, you know, Bonds, how many times were we running a scrim or something and it's just like chaos of people not being where they're supposed to be?
Yeah, like that one Malphite ult that you had where you were supposed to be on top of them, but then you ulted not on top of them.
Hey, I said scrim. We were on 16-bit. I didn't.
Sorry. I heard you were somewhere. You were supposed to be somewhere, and you weren't there. But
Look,
yeah, there was definitely some moments where I saw in the scrimmages that as people make the switch from playing solo queue and just queuing with their friends, to a more competitive scene, you definitely have to know where you're at, what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it, how, and communicate it. It's a different mindset for sure. It's a different pace. But
And I guess to add on that, like I think that once tournaments like amateur tournaments and stuff start to become more relevant or prevalent, I guess in the Wild Rift scene, I think that you're going to see people who either played PC League or coached PC League you're going to start seeing like team coaches pop up, because the difference in mechanical skill from a like gold player to a challenger player, in my opinion, is a lot closer than the mental gap, right? Knowing where to be and what to do, like, and just the stuff that you shouldn't be doing or stuff that'll lose you the game or win you the game. Like that's the huge difference. That's the biggest difference, in my opinion, between, like I said, a gold or a platinum player in Wild Rift and then a diamond or masters or grandmaster challenger player or a pro player in, in Wild Rift. I think that there's just, it's more mental than it is physical. Like when you separate it out and really get down to it. Because I mean, you could watch league montages all day of players doing that kind of stuff. But I gotta head out. I'll be right back. All right.
Yeah, we're probably
we're probably gonna wrap up.
So,
We're running up on an hour. So
yeah,
thanks for joining us. Yeah, I really appreciate the insight. I think I'd love to have him come back on. Seems like he's a good wealth of knowledge.
And the dude is massive, like 9 foot tall. He's crazy. Yeah, man. It's a fun fact. 9 feet tall, legitimately. But like you said, let's wrap this up because we're going on an hour and 12 minutes, and I am starving. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Tonk Nation, for coming and showing up.
Peace out.
Sure, maybe you'll find it, within your ability to join us next time, buddy. Thanks, pal, friend. Love you.
Archer. Yeah. I mean, we're here. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night. Peace.